Hope everybody is having a blessed night. Um, we was going to
So
discuss
close that door.
wrestling,
Yeah.
talking about wrestling tonight, part two, or it can be part one again, depending on how we
Well,
talk about
part two.
it. So, um, we got Mr. Bashard Bursey, the big man.
Hey,
We got Mr. Big W Staff. I ain't say I
What's
had
up?
a name. I don't want him nobody to see. Well, his name, wear a name up there anyway. It could be a fake name. Who knows? But we just want to just talk about wrestling. Um, talk about things which anything that comes to your mind, y'all want to gravitate towards. The floor is yours. So I'm ready to hear it. So I'm ready to get the juices going with these topics and discussions about today's wrestling. The 2000s, 90s, 80s, or whatever. So just whoever want to start, the floor is yours.
I like old school wrestling better when back during the attitude era and before than what it is now. Don't get me wrong, I like certain ones that wrestle now, but to me it's more a popularity contest than actual wrestling.
I mean,
Me
it's
not.
sports entertainment though. So
Yeah, it was sports entertainment. Then they actually wrestler. Then now they got to jump. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the bloodline. They're my boys, but they got to jump to win the title. They got to jump to keep the titles. Come on, man. If
you
if,
have
if
Roman
you
looking
such
for you.
if you such that good of a wrestler, handle the business on your own.
You're gonna have Roman looking for you. Roman, don't get live. If you somewhere, chill with your family, brother. I don't want you to come to Dallas, brother. I don't,
Come on to daddy. Come on
uh,
to daddy.
I was like, bro, I'm part of the line. Ain't no bloodline right here. I'm just part of the line. But like what? Um, when you speak of the Attitude Era, there were so many like mid Carters. There were so many. You had different levels of talent on each, pretty much on WCW and WWF before it got WWE called. Like, but you had so many. You had the top tier wrestlers. That's going to you know give their all in the promos, the matches, just by their appearance alone. It's going to be like, okay, we this how much I pay for my ticket, so I'm getting my admissions worth. So like talk about like what did you like from WCW standpoint and what did you like from WWE standpoint in the Attitude Era? Like what did y'all kind of like from each side?
I didn't holler like nothing from WCW except Goldberg. Cause
Not
to me, Bischoff paid Hogan, Nash, and Hall way too much money, and they were washed up then.
but yeah, but in a sense of like it was something new that was never done. In the I guess I can from what I can tell from the history of wrestling that it was never talked about. Like you never really seen like a big megastar like Hogan statue turn heel, but he turned heel to the point where you were throwing trash at him.
True.
So it was like I guess like what about did you ever like the cruiserweight division? Like with Rey Mysterio on them, or you just was pretty much like a WWF WWE guy.
I like it the cruiserweight. I feel like they should have gave them more opportunity than what they did to be
Hmm.
big time players. 'Cause they just kept them down. Rey Mysterio really didn't start making a name for himself till he went to WCW. I mean WWE and
Facts.
started beating the big guys. Then he really made a name for himself there. Other than that, no, because Bischoff, like I say, he catered to Hogan, he catered to Hall, he catered to Nash.
He could have catered to everybody, mom and dad. After
Yeah,
all that checkbooks he was handing out.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was paying them more, way, way, way too much, and they were almost washed up.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think Scott Hall, you can see it over his appearance over the like towards the end of I think I want to say probably 98, 99. He
Yeah,
was in bad shape. He was in bad shape still like drinking and stuff like that. So
they left when WCW got closed. They went back to WWE. After a while, they left WWE and went to TNA, and you could see it in him in TNA to where he was a straight out drunk.
man,
He didn't know nothing. He was just drinking his life away.
I still think about that one video when they tried to bring him out at a special appearance and he looked gone. Man, he was out. He was out of there. I mean, he looked like he didn't know where he was at. I can't remember where it was at, where the venue was held at, but he did not look like he looked like they just picked his behind off the side of the road and brought him out there. Like he had like the Wolfpack jacket on and stuff.
I know the one you talking about. He got drunk and wanted to pee out there on the audience and flash folk. Yeah,
Man,
he was done. He was strung out too bad then. Alcohol and drugs and painkillers.
man, he
Killed
was
him.
out of there. He was out of there. So, Bashar, same question to you. Like, what aspects, like, which fan were you more of? Like, were you more of a WCW guy, or were you more of the Attitude era WWF guy?
The Attitude Era fan. World Wrestling Federation.
Okay, why?
My answer is let's see. I haven't had cable, but I heard that when Stone Cold Steve Austin did a beer bash against the corporation before WrestleMania 15.
Are you talking with the beer truck?
Yeah,
Now
Say
that was the good one.
that was the best moment. If you can't think of nothing else, that's the only thing I can think of is the beer truck coming.
or that time when Mankind won the World Wrestling Federation Championship in January of 1999 by defeating The Rock.
You said who? You said Stone Cold. You talking about Mankind?
Mankind defeated The Rock to win the
Yeah.
World Wrestling Federation Championship back in January of 1999.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I think what I kind of liked about WCW in a way was I think in a way of introducing the cruiserweights, some of them like Rey Mysterio and them. But I think like the mistake they made was going back to the well so many times with the NWO. Like NWO had like a family reunion, then they split off and do the NWO Wolfpack, and then you do the Latino World Order, which that was like you're doing too much now. Y'all
Yeah.
doing too much right now with um um with this. So at a sense of like, okay, you necessarily have some pieces. Pretty much, I think like if you don't show them, you don't have Rey Mysterio going to WWE. You don't have Jericho going to WWE. I mean, I think they the only two really the brightest ones that was successful. I guess in the mid card or the opening card of the Attitude Era for WCW for them to go to WWE.
Uh, I got to say Booker T.
No, I'm saying like the for they weight they like the cruiserweights. Like I'm saying
Oh, okay.
like cruiserweights wise. I mean my bad, but like cruiserweights wise, I think they the only two I think that stood out. That you know, but what's so crazy is which I didn't realize when Rey Mysterio came to WWE, and since he's been there, he has never been a heel. He's
Nope,
never
never.
been a heel because he's so over with his size fighting, the likes of Kane, Big Show, Great Khali, JBL, and the people that matter. But I think I think the only person I can think of besides Jericho and Rey Mysterio that pretty much had some good success outside WCW is Booker T. Because I think if he doesn't have that feud with The Rock for the way that it went, you don't really have him really. and then the world heavyweight title in the next couple years, which I felt like, in my opinion, that he should have won it at WrestleMania when he fought Triple H. And my this is just my opinion. I just didn't like the storyline that was put together for that. I didn't
Nah,
I didn't like the storyline at all. I think I haven't watched that pay per view since because of how they that with that type of storyline in today's world, it would be a problem for
yeah,
how it's going. For how it was. Um, but I think for me growing up, watching um, WCW and WWF, the only thing I hate about with WWF at that time was the characters. Like they were still doing like PG stuff, you know, um, having the Rock coming out there smiling. You got Stone Cold flipping you off. So you mean tell me you gonna stand there, you gonna flip each other off and smile at the same time? Like something wrong with that picture. Like something is
I
wrong.
loved it. I loved it. If you was off to have events, there wasn't no strips or nothing. That was in real life. So I
Yeah,
loved it. That feud they had going.
and it's like I like how natural it became because I think in a way Vince, if Bret Hart doesn't put his hands on Vince, you don't really get the Mr. McMahon character because he was the first person to touch him though.
Yeah,
In a
doing the
way,
Montreal screw job.
no, I'm saying no, not that time. Like it was early. Go if you go on Peacock. Not no, this ain't no plug. I ain't getting sponsored by Peacock. Just to let people know. But if you if you look up an episode of Raw from the early '90s, '97, it was a match with him and Sid Vicious in the steel cage. So this was when Shawn Michaels won the title, but he gave it up because he had a lost my smile type of thing, which he really didn't want to give. Dropped the title to Bret. So Bret Hart won the title in the Fatal Four Way, but he had to fight Psycho Sid the next night. So he lost the title by getting screwed by Stone Cold, right? So the next couple weeks after, he was put in a rematch with Psycho Sid in a steel cage. So after the match, he got screwed. Vince McMahon comes into the ring and tries to interview him. So when he said, "You must be frustrated," he pushed him. That was the first time Vince ever got touched by anybody. That kind of it really kind of opened up two things. You had Bret Hart turning heel, and you have Vince McMahon that's going to turn into Mr. McMahon later down the road in the coming months. So
True.
he was pretty much the first person to touch him. Um, I think in '97, it was a lot of stuff going on with the wrestlers because they were starting to get into their own characters. They started to believe their characters. I think if you don't believe in Stone Cold being a person that's going to be against the authority, you don't have somebody like trying to think of somebody like Kevin Owens and Shane or Seth Rollins and Triple H type rivalry. But it can't really be up there like how Stone Cold and Vince's rivalry was. But I think in a sense of like appreciating the original character that they really had, you really start to believe like, okay, this is really like this is really cool. You want to be like, I'm gonna come to work and beat my bosses behind and douse them with some beer and walk out here with a check. So I think that's how much I was really believable in it, key wise. So I think like once you see that type of stuff, you get invested in it because it's a fun storyline. Because like when I was in school, we would always talk about that element. Man, what you think Stone Cold gonna do this? Man, I don't know what he gonna do. But we go, we start thinking about the stuff. So I think in a sense of the coming years and the later years, WWE in a sense kind of trying to think, kind of really surpassed WCW. It was just the people. I think the fans was kind of worried that they thought that WWE was going to like flop or go out of business, which I don't think that was ever going to be the case. So I mean, but I think like what were like who were y'all main? I'm pretty sure I already know what superstars y'all from the list. Once I ask you this question, but
All right.
during the Attitude Era, who were your? You can do a top five or you can do a top 10. Either one of y'all choosing. But who were y'all top five or top 10 out of WCW and WWE that y'all really like the most? So
Um,
you could put it any kind of way you spin it. So
first,
First go.
WCW, I gotta say Goldberg, Sting, Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, Jericho, Dean Malenko.
damn.
WCW, WWE, I gotta give it to Austin, Triple H, The Rock, Mankind, Undertaker. Uh, I, I'm going a little bit toward Kane, but he really didn't do too much in the attitude to prove himself to me. That's about it.
Okay. What about you, Bashard?
I would say the late Eddie Guerrero. I would say the Acolytes Protection Agency.
Now, okay. Now before you do that, now when we saying like are you doing WWE list or you doing WCW?
Also, World Wrestling Federation first.
Okay. All right.
I would say the Acolytes, the APA Acolytes Protection Agency. I would say two-time former World Wrestling Federation Women's Champion Jacqueline. I'm talking about Lita, the WWE Hall of Famer. Also, I'm talking about Hardcore Holly.
Mm,
He
okay.
picking all, he picking all women.
Damn, he picking some.
Not quite.
He got. I mean, Hardcore Holly was a real deal. So I like that one. Okay. All right. Keep going. And so is that all yours for WWE, Richard?
Actually, not yet.
Okay. All right.
I'll pick Gold Dust.
Gold does. I don't know about that one, Richard. I'm gonna have to put a question mark on that
Nah,
one.
Okay.
nah.
That's just my opinion. Though. We know yours, but I was just saying like the that's. I don't know. I had to think about that. Okay. So who you got for WCW?
Lex Luger.
Mm, okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Lex Luger.
Who else you got?
Nature Boy Ric Flair.
All right.
Um, I would pick let's see, David Flair.
David Flair.
Come on, Rashad.
Sorry, you
Okay,
can't be serious.
okay, not really.
I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one because I think my bank is about to hit you now. Okay,
Okay,
you had David Flair and Gold Dust on now. That's a big questionable mark right there.
all right.
That's, that's
Okay. I'm also gonna talk about. Let's see. Another name Lex Luger.
what about Kevin Nash? You like Kevin Nash?
Yeah, that's him too.
Okay, okay, okay,
You co-founder of New World Order.
okay, okay.
Co-founder of New Foreign Order. New World Order, actually.
I think my list is probably. Ooh man, okay. So for WCW, I was rocking with DDP, um, Macho Man, Sting.
Did you get a notification to your phone? Amazon approval, please. I'm trying to log into your what you call account. Go ahead and
The
oh,
Giant,
I'm,
I know you're tired, but we need to go and dump that thing every week. Okay.
I'm
Let's see.
live. Let me get through about.
I'm trying to think who else.
I don't know.
I would
This
say
is what I'm
Goldberg.
saying.
I know, but I don't want to be on
Now
the
WWE or WWF.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe.
I think before the Attitude Era took off, I would say Bret Hart when he was heel. Um, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. I I would
I
have to
just
say
did.
I would have to say Mick Foley when he was doing the three faces of Foley.
Dude Love, Cactus
Yeah,
Jack, and Mankind.
yeah. I had to say I was really intrigued by I
Okay,
guess by
that's
the
Come on.
character. Yes. So, but now hopefully my other friend will join on here hopefully soon. But
Thanks.
what would you say is the
Bye. Come in.
promo best promo of all time in your opinion? It could be I you can do three or two up to y'all choosing.
All right.
So I want you to take your time. I want you to think about it and go ahead. So I won't let y'all want me to go first while y'all thinking.
I'll go first.
All right.
I'll go first. I'll say, the Rock Stone Cold Steve Austin rivalry.
So you like the no, but sure.
Sorry.
Listen to the question. The best promo, not the best feud, the best promo by like a superstar. Like the best promo that you think.
I'll say the Rock has to playing with rock promos.
All the rock promos.
Yes.
Mm, okay, damn, that's a anyone that stick out to you that you like the most.
Well, the Rock's always been talking about what match what that he's gonna win that match or whatever, and that's what it.
Okay, okay. Well,
I
you got
gotta say,
you
I
smiling
got
too hard
two.
over there.
I
You
got
smiling
two.
too hard. I'm
I'm gonna have to
scared.
agree with you, Bashard. I'm gonna say The Rock,
Ah, damn.
Austin, Jericho,
Yeah.
John Cena. Bad to say it, CM Punk. Hmm. Who else?
Man, y'all hitting me with the bangers, man.
My bad.
Wow.
My
Y'all
bad.
hit
Brandon.
y'all hitting me real good with those, man. I can't even
I, I'm out. I have nobody else come to
My
mind.
bad, Brandon. My
okay.
bad.
Okay. I'm gonna have to really get specific on who I like on the promos. I like what y'all going. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay. I like the Bret Hart promo when he first turned heel after he beat Austin. I like. Shoot, I'm trying to think of this Austin promo. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of it. Well, okay, it's the one with him and Rock had a sit down before WrestleMania. If y'all remember that WrestleMania before seven, I think maybe about 2 or 3 weeks before WrestleMania 17.
I
So
think I know the one you're talking about.
yeah. Oh, okay. Here's the man of the hour. Here's the man of the hour. Okay, Kwame, can you hear me? Kwame, can you hear me?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So we're talking about the best. I was kind of going back with your question that you and Donald asked me earlier. The best promos. So Bashard said all the Rock promos, all of them. Williams said The Rock, CM Punk, Stone Cold. Who else did you say? William
Jericho.
and Jericho.
Wait,
So
what's Jericho?
Huh?
that's the question. That's
What's
a good
what's
question.
Jericho?
Ah, I gotta say the Jericho that came to WCW. Jericho that came to WWE. He was on
Okay,
fire then.
okay.
Oh, you talking about when he interrupted the Rock that day?
Oh, you got me fucked up.
Oh, dang.
Ain't that white boy
Y'all
crazy?
ignore them.
First 48. Um, okay.
So like somebody doing a promo now.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like too. Um, I,
Now I would really count CM Punk as a promo. I would say that was a pipe bomb. That really wasn't no promo because he was just when he did that, he was being real. Like he was coming out his heart with that one. Now last night, KO and Drew McIntyre. Oh, that was real. They went hard last. They went
but we,
in.
but what I'm trying to figure out is like what I mean. In what way do you not see that as a promo? Is it because of his grievances?
I just say because I mean, how can I?
Because I mean, it was. I mean, it's still talked about to this day. So I mean,
I would say his was good promo ish, pipe bomb ish because he spoke into the future, but like he said, his doofus son-in-law. I mean, he's doing a great job now, so I ain't gonna say nothing about that one. But it was still good because he made a lot of sense. I was agreeing with it. Plus, he was going against John Cena.
yeah, in a way, it did make sense. Because I mean, pretty much everything that he said really kind of kind of happened. But I'm kind of glad it did happen because the wrestlers now are able to really speak their mind and say what they need to say in the promo.
True, true.
Kwame, are you moving or let go?
Oh, there you go. Did it freeze?
Yeah. Um, but I'm trying. Okay, for mine is I would have to say I, I'm still liking the MJF promo.
That was fire.
That's
I'm
who
still
I forgot. That's who I forgot. I was trying to think his name.
I'm still liking that one for some reason. I'm still liking that one because it kind of in a way made WWE they need to get to be authentic with their promos. I felt like everything was forced. You can't say certain things. You can't say wrestler. You can't even say title. You have to say championship.
Hmm.
You can't even say ambulance. It's say medical center. Like I don't know if y'all noticed that. Did y'all ever notice that?
Not
I didn't
quite.
start.
Bring
I
it
didn't
back
start
on
Um,
noticing
time, yeah.
till last year.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of things, but I think like also okay. I'm gonna follow what Kwame was asking earlier, or Donald was asking earlier. So who are y'all top? You want to say five or three, Kwame?
Let's do five. Cause you
Okay.
can't just do three because you might skip somebody.
Okay. Top five WWE champions that you like.
all right.
I already see you grinning. I already, I already know where this gonna go. I already know where this gonna go. So we're gonna let somebody. I'm gonna let Kwame go. I already see where your answer finna go with this. I ain't even say nothing. I ain't even
Top
say
five.
nothing.
Top five. I would say I'm going with John Cena. Then The Rock. because those my two favorites,
Okay,
uh,
let
hands
me
down.
now. Can I be specific? What
Okay,
reign?
Attitude Era Rock.
No, I'm saying like the reign, like of the when they won the title. Is there like a specific reign or just all together?
Uh, I would do it all together. I could really don't count the Rock's last WWE Championship run.
Why?
I mean, he won it and then he lost it.
Well,
Like in 2 months.
okay. Well, I just
You
want to
gotta
make
think.
sure. I just want to make sure.
I mean, because he beat Punk had like a 434-day championship run, which is probably like
Which I
the
think should have
second
been a
best
little
championship
longer.
run. 'Cause- But Rome was just the best right now. I think Roman gonna pass 1,000 days as champion.
Bro, everybody gonna get married. Well, Williams already married, but we all three gonna get married again. Well, by the time his
He
reign
he
gonna
he
be over.
he is gonna surpass 1,000 days. I think he should lose before WrestleMania next year because him and The Rock should fight just to see who's the real tribal chief, head of the
But
table of the Samoan family.
okay, so before we get back to the other two gentlemen on here, now keep in mind they said he's slated to lose one of the titles at the pay
I'm
per
cool
view.
with that.
So do you still have a championship match with The Rock, or do you just have just a one-off regular match?
I would say just a regular match.
Yeah, it shouldn't be for no title.
Same.
What about
Yeah,
you, Bashar?
exactly.
Well, I was saying it'd be Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania 39, but it depends on if it says the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and or the WWE Universal Championship.
Cause I got a bold prediction what I think the championship match is gonna be.
I already
I
got it. It's
got
gonna
a
be
bold.
Cody. It's gonna be Cody Rhodes versus somebody. I
Seth
want Cody
Rollins,
to win. I want Cody to win the championship.
and
He
I
needs
think
it.
maybe these two matches could happen. Brock Lesnar versus Edge, or
I'm sorry.
Brock Lesnar versus Theory.
No,
Does
Brock done.
you
Brock
think?
done. He ain't wrestling no more. He done.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
If he do, he probably do one more match. Brock is done.
I don't know. I want him to come. I'm saying like in a way to put the other people over.
He might do that within I give it 6 to 7 months coming back, but not right now. A Triple H offer him a job to work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think now. I think what one. Okay, this what two matches I think I would like to see happen with John Cena. So I would like to see. Um, I would like to see John Cena versus Gunter for the Intercontinental title because he has never won that title.
True.
And two, I want to see either him and Theory fight because it wouldn't make any sense where do the one off meetup, right? Where he's been talking trash about him, but there's no fire to it. Because I don't want the match if it does happen. I don't want it to be like how Seth Rollins and Triple H was.
Nah, I hope
How
not.
because how the build up kind of stopped the year before they fought at WrestleMania. So they had to redo within a short amount of time they feud again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So that's why I want. But back to the top five
No, I want to do
WWE champions y'all got. I'm gonna let Mister. I'm gonna put William last on this. I'm gonna let Rashard answer this because it's gonna be a jacked up list waiting for you.
Okay. I would pick Alberto Del Rio.
We talking about wrestling.
So that's your top five, right? WWE champions that you like.
Actually, I can name from them four more.
Okay, take your time, Bashar. You don't have to rush it. Just take your time.
Right.
Take your time, man.
I would say Alberto Del Rio, Zack Ryder, Bon Dongo.
Well, Bashar, Zack Ryder never won the WWE title. You forgot
Right. Well, in that case, Alberto Del Rio, The Big Show.
that.
I'm talking
Okay.
about Jeff Hardy. I'm talking about JBL,
Okay.
and I'm talking about Kurt Angle.
So that's your top five.
That's my top five.
Okay. I'm gonna go last and let William. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna have William have all the gloating over here. Um, my top five is Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, Austin Rock, and I would have to say,
That's crazy. Brandon, my wife said, "Hey,
tell her,
Right.
tell us, hey, she ain't commit no first 48 over there, is she? You know,
she can't do no but laugh at
that we don't condone violence on the live, so this video will never get
you."
shown the light of day. This video will not get shown the light of day. So
Nah,
those are my top five. William, I don't know. Did you hear my top five?
yeah, I got you.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and mess up my top five with your top five.
My top five got to do Triple H, The Rock, Eddie Guerrero, uh, uh, Rey Mysterio, and I got to do my boy, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
And we're gonna end this podcast right now. So
Okay.
we're gonna end this. we're gonna end this live podcast right now.
What you say?
That's what happened. I knew it. I knew it. I knew you was gonna say it. But
Wait,
that's a pretty good list. That's
Move off
that's
of
pretty.
me. Move your
But
ass.
so since AEW has came back resurrected from WCW's grave, what do y'all like about AEW
Get
and
your ass.
what do y'all not like about AEW?
Sit down. Just on to the thank you.
um, I don't think I like about AEW is John Moxley. That's it. The rest of them, nah, I can do without.
So do you think he should? I don't know. I think there's some people that's not really liking John Moxley right now because he's doing pretty much the same thing like another Five Moves of Doom used to do. So I'm trying to see like, do y'all think he needs to change up his wrestling character or what?
I think he need to get a little more aggressive with it. That's about it.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm finna dip out for about 20, maybe 30 minutes. I'm gonna hit you back.
I
I gotta take my wife somewhere.
I don't hurt nobody.
All right.
Okay. Okay. And actually, I don't know. I have no favorite wrestlers in AEW. But I got a new shirt. I'm gonna show you something. Show you a new shirt that I got. I'll be right back.
All right. So I'm just a lone wolf over here, people. So, but yeah, we're just talking about wrestling. What we like about our favorite uh, characters, favorite wrestlers to watch growing up and stuff like that. So Kwame, you good?
All right. Okay. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you good? We had well, one of them had to step out, but he said he gonna be back, and then Bashar said uh, he got a shirt to show me, so
Uh-oh.
I
Yeah,
don't know what it
boy.
is. But Mr. Kwame, how you been, man?
Been good, man. Working hard, man. Leave alone.
Okay, everyone.
What you got for us, Bashar? What we got? Let's see. Oh, okay. So
Bloodline.
you got the black one. You got the black bloodline. Okay. I mean the black
Yeah,
bloodline shirt. Sorry.
with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship belts and the WWE Universal Championship.
They need to change that title. That's too long. That is too long. Name.
But I'm also mentioned that I will be wearing this shirt on Halloween.
That's too much of a long name for a title. Don't y'all agree or no?
Uh,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I concur with you, Brandon.
Cause next is gonna say WWE Universal Intercontinental World Heavyweight Champion. Like what is going on here?
I meant to say Universal Championship.
They need to split that up. But so Kwame, we was talking about earlier, like um, what wrestlers from each side during the Attitude Era of WCW and WWE that you like watching when coming up? Like what wrestlers from each side did you like?
From WCW.
Yeah.
Ooh, I ain't old, baby.
Okay. Did you have any
I
honorable mentions, or is it just like you
do
can
like.
you can include like the top, well, like the mid card and the like the opening show act, but are you just doing top tiers only, or you just is it
No,
anybody?
I go with Gold, baby. Then Brett, Steve, Macho, Lex Luger,
Okay.
Hogan. Well, Hogan, Nash, and Hall.
Speaking of Luger, did
Think
y'all
that-
watch the Legends thing with
Yeah,
Luger?
that
Man,
was pretty deep.
that stuff was sad. That stuff was sad. So give me your WWF Attitude Era picks. I know this for
Triple H, Undertaker. Well, all the Undertakers that was in the Attitude Era and before the Attitude Era. Rock, Austin, Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, of course, DX. Uh, I did like Val Venis and the Godfather, Jeff
I was
Jarrett.
one. You know what? I really forgot about them, but it was like I really didn't because they really kind of like once their music hit, everybody got to their feet in a way. I'm trying to think who.
The Brood, and the list goes on.
Dang, I forgot about the Brood, especially when Edge did their interest last year at SummerSlam.
Yeah, he brought that kid back.
I kind of missed that. I kind of missed that.
So now this is a good question right here. What is your most favorite and least favorite variation of a favorite wrestler?
What you mean?
Like the characters. Like which variation of the wrestler did you like? Did you like the like you just said the Undertaker? Like did you like the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker? Like was that the most, or like the least was the the
Mm.
American Badass Undertaker? Like which variation did you like the most, and which one did you least like the most from the wrestler, and why?
Ooh. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared of Undertaker. Like,
I,
yeah, I was kind of scared of myself. Like, all right, they gonna be all right. I
I
would say
don't
that's
know.
the because it was a little creepy.
Well, then when he did his ball to see on the field, the
I
most,
don't know, man.
the most, the most character that was good was probably the Godfather because he was bringing out his bastard side. So yeah, the Godfather.
Okay. So you like the Godfather's character the most, and you said the least Undertaker character was who?
The Ministry of Darkness.
Mr. Okay, okay. Rashard, what about you? Who is your like out of the variations? When I say like variations, like the different characters of the same person. So, like, what your was your least favorite wrestler character? Which one you didn't like the most?
Let's see. I really like the Jack Swagger character because he's going he was all blah 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 blah. On the recent episode of Mike in 2011.
Okay, okay. So
That's
that's the one you didn't like.
no, that's not the only one. What they really didn't like was actually was the fact that let's see. While I played this also French's it's a French's character with
You
the
said
black pants and white shirt never since the knockoff. I find it extremely lame.
who? Right, the censor.
That and Molly Holly too, and Molly Holly's character too.
What?
I didn't like
Molly
it.
Holly? Come on. Okay,
The
okay.
light.
Which character you talking about when she? Talking when she was with Hardcore and Crash? Or you talking about when she was on her own? Like
But she
full.
was on her own.
What? Man, I don't know. That's a damn. I don't know. I might have to look into her matches and see. She had a pretty good run though. She had a pretty good
Yeah, she
run.
was you were 2-time women's champion.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one you least like. So you said the most one that you like was who, Bashard?
Molly Holly.
The most you like you okay. So the most you like was Molly Holly, right?
Yeah, but except that when except their self righteous character.
The self righteous.
Oh,
Oh
with
my
the right. Yeah. Yeah. It
no,
was
that
okay.
was Ivory. That was Ivory. That was in
Yeah, it
there.
was obvious.
Yeah, that was Ivory, Bashard.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Ivory,
Yeah,
okay,
obvious.
least. Okay. Okay, so my the
It's
least
obvious.
favorite character I hated, it was the DDP stalker thing.
That was the worst.
That was
Hold
about the
on.
starting that was about the worst one because I kind of hoped since he said he was the people's champ, it should have been him and Rock going for that. I think, in my opinion, the most I liked, believe it or not, was when Kane
Excuse me.
turned into the big evil, big red machine. When he turned heel, when he took that mask off, like you finally. Especially with that music, like I think that's the best music of the ruthless aggression era. I could be wrong; it could be debatable, but I think with the music and how he came out, it was so like this is like some new stuff. We ain't never seen this. Then plus when he set JR on fire, that was like the most over the top thing I ever seen. So like that was some pretty bad, some gangster stuff right there. So um I think yeah, before
Defense.
Kwame got on here, we was talking about AEW and WWE. So what do you mostly like about AEW? What do you don't like about it? And if there's something that you could, if you was
Oh, I
like,
got a long list.
if there,
I'll go first, but I cannot name a few. But I can only name one.
okay, hey, it's anybody's go. Anybody wanna, I'm
I'll
just
go
letting
first.
that other platform right here.
I'll go first.
Okay,
I'm not gonna name all. But I can let you guys know that all Elite Wrestling, believe it or not, is merely a cheap ripoff of World Championship Wrestling.
For real. For real. For real.
Oh.
Oh, for real. I thought I
And the
was
real
gonna
word
say
for wrestling, it's its opposite. That's the opposite of the now defunct Extreme Championship Wrestling. That's my opinion.
Okay. So what do you like about it? Like about AEW, Rashard?
It's still like WCW.
So it's okay. So remembrance of WCW. Okay, so if there was something that you can do to make the product be better, what would it be? What would you implement in the change? Because I know Kwame got a big old list over
man.
here that he's finna
Well,
list.
if in my end, I would make the product better is by making it similar to that of what used to be the World Wrestling Federation.
Ooh, man. Now what? No. You mean like the Attitude Era, WWF?
Yeah, that.
Ooh, man.
But if the only thing only difference is if there are no PG rated events or whatever, you know.
Mm, okay. Okay.
But that's my opinion, everyone. Brandon, that's my opinion.
Okay. Okay. Well, Kwame, you got the. I'm gonna let you have the floor with this one. I'm gonna let you have the floor with this one.
I don't like the time matches. I don't get time matches. That's stupid. Like when Brian, Daniel Bryan or Brian Daniels or whatever you want to call him. I'm still gonna call him DD because I know when
Mm,
he had that match with Kenny Omega and it went it was 60 minutes and then it went to no was that Kenny or was that Heyman?
no, that was him and Kenny. Cause that was his first match.
Okay, so
Uh,
yeah, him and Kenny. So it went 60 minutes and I was like, okay, it'll be a good match. If you was, but then when they hit that 60 minutes, I was like, come on, bro, y'all just that match is too good for y'all to stop. I don't like how they. I wish somebody would go ahead and end Jade Cargill's undefeated streak. She needs to be turned. She needs to be. She needs to have a law. Somebody needs to break that streak. Like
now,
for real.
before you go on, you know who her husband is, right?
Who?
Brandon Phillips.
Who?
Brandon Phillips, the second baseman, used to play for Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, I didn't know she
Yeah,
was married.
yeah, they got a kid together. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and go on with your list of grievances.
What else? Uh,
And,
hmm.
guys, I'm sorry to cut this short, but I got to put on this to finish. So, but thanks for having me on your show, Brandon.
All right, Brashad, hit you up later, man.
All right, see you guys.
All right, Kwame, let's hear your grievances over here.
I don't like the time matches. They need to. Uh, the time matches. I don't like the interest way. I don't like how they have two entrances, for one for the heel and one for the face. It don't make sense.
Look, I thought that was kind of cool because I think didn't WWE do that for a pay per view one time? I think yeah, they did
Uh,
that for Invasion, but it wasn't like that. I think it wasn't like that, but it was kind of similar to that. I think.
I don't know what he's trying to do. But I was listening. Uh, yeah, that, and let's see what else. I think that's about it for what I don't like. Everything else is pretty good. Oh, I don't like how they wrestle in the same stadium for Monday, for Wednesdays and Fridays. That's a little weird.
Hey, they said weird is good for them.
Uh, pretty good.
So
Oh, let's see, the lights. Now I do like the only belt that I really like is because he finally got a championship with Pop. I like the Atlanta City. I like the Atlanta title. That's dope.
What about the trio tag team title they from the release?
I'm gonna try to get used to that.
You know, I don't know. I think that 6 man tag team thing ain't gonna last long. I think it's, and then I think I think what's weird. What happened to the belt that him and his wife or girlfriend won? Uh,
Come
Adam
on, Clay Thompson.
Adam Cole and them. What happened to that belt?
Oh well, it's probably at home. I don't think they got it. I think that was just for the Owen Hart show.
That was weird because I was like, okay, what was the point of y'all having this belt and this like it disappeared? Um, I I think for me, what I hate, what I don't like with AEW, is not enough time for the wrestlers to really get exposure. Um, the new ones, because some of the veterans are taking it up. Um, I think it's too many wrestlers that they have on the roster. Way too many.
A lot.
Way too many. It's like a family reunion of wrestlers. Um, which I mean, don't get me wrong. They need to, feed, provide for their family and make a way of living. I'm all for that. I'm cool with that. Um, I just don't. I think it's just entirely too much. I think when they have the second show, it's a downgrade. It's like a punishment type show. Um, in the sense of when you do something wrong or you post something, it's finna get talked about and you finna get demoted.
Yeah, yeah, you still having a mass casting.
That's. I think they need to hold off on trying to sign anybody. Um, I think to be honest, some of the wrestlers that came from WWE will be going back to WWE.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole definitely need to go back. Um, it's a lot of them that need to do. What I like about it so far, um, I think just the quality matches and the storytelling they try to have. Sometimes depend on the feud. Um, it's just some that's been like some nice quality matches in a way where you can talk about it still. Um,
Yeah, it's a
I just
lot of
I just think that when they have um the time to tell the story, they don't have enough time to tell it. If that makes sense, I guess. Um,
yeah.
I j-
If they didn't have time, that's just fine.
yeah, and I just it's also on the hate part. I hate it's so many botches.
Still fine.
There's so many botches with them. It doesn't look good in a way. Um, it just doesn't look right. It's like almost on every like on Russell Botch on Instagram. It's like almost every time it always going to have AEW on there, and
I can already,
it
I
doesn't
can
surprise.
already see the one you're talking about, the one with the exploding barbed wire.
That was the worst match I've ever seen.
The match is good. It was just the barbed
So
wire that
okay, it was
exploded.
just like it just like you. Who's that?
That was
Jericho and
amazing.
what's the dude? Eddie Kingston. Like Kingston trying to make it when they doing when I'm looking at the promo. I felt like the promo wasn't really natural. The match that should have been was him and Cesaro or Claudio instead of Jericho. That should have been the match right there to see.
Yeah,
And WWE is already in the motion of making these matches in making. Well, this is what I noticed so far. What WWE is doing has done within 2 weeks. They have made the Intercontinental, the mid card titles more important again. I'm starting to like that. I hate seeing, not to say it's bad, but I hate seeing the mid card titles in the beginning of the show. I hate that. Make the if Roman's not going to be on TV that much, make the titles in the main event. That's my only thing. Like that's my only thing. Like you just can't sit here and just be like, well, we're gonna have whoever the Intercontinental Champion is going to just gonna fight, and we don't know who it is. Like make the titles mean something. That's my
Yeah.
whole thing. Right, that's my whole gripe. We got a question from Linda. What's your favorite promo?
Favorite promo. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one.
I I do like the Bret Hart when he turned heel, like when he went off after
You
he
said,
Bret Hart.
oh, okay, okay, okay.
I do like that one, but hmm,
I already know what's my favorite.
I would have to go with I would have to go with the Rock when he was in Montreal because it was like it was just spot on. I mean, that's it.
Brenda, I would have to say. Oh, hold on.
Was
Who is it?
good.
Oh, what's up, man? What's going on?
Was happening.
And I've been waiting on you to get on this debate charts over here.
Who was that?
Really?
Yeah, Gary?
uh, yeah. Let's see.
Who?
Yeah, was good.
What's up
Who
with you?
who your favorite?
Yeah.
The favorite promo.
I
It,
couldn't look at promo.
I would have to. I would have to
Favorite promo.
say Triple H. I would have to say Triple H.
Triple H
Probably
promo?
the one when he. Well, I think it was like he did like a backstage interview or something.
When was this?
Damn,
Yeah, what
I
was
want to
that?
say 90. I want to say 99
Is
because
that
that's when
Kwame?
he.
'Cause-
Yeah, let's see what's up.
Yeah, because I don't know, it might be my phone, but yeah, every time you say muffle, but I can hear it cross just fine though.
Oh,
But yeah, my bad, bro. You say back in
you good?
'99.
I think I
Cut a
want to say
promo.
99 when he was coming into his own. He after he I think it was. I want to say it was after um that Ministry of Darkness had split up, and he was like, I'm the effing game," because everybody has taught me the ins and outs of the roads, and I know certain wrestlers. And I think he said that once he came out on TV, people was holding up signs saying I'm the game and stuff. I think that was, I
Mhm.
don't know, I would say that that's probably like an interview, I guess, but from my knowledge, but I would say that one or the Rock promo with CM Punk where he was talking about the cookie puss. That was about the most
Oh yeah.
funniest one. That's
Heck yeah. CM Punk's facial expression made it even more funny how he was just standing there. That's
that
what
mess
that
was funny.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Who
Like,
the
yeah.
cover? Who the
but
cover?
Anytime, anytime the Rock got on there, man, you already knew it was gonna be some entertainment.
I think to me, like if I was the one getting confronted by him, I know I'm finna get famous. Like
Yeah.
he's making you feel important. So I think like it's hard to say. Like I mean, who has you can't really come up with a top 10 list on who has the best promos because that whole list will get just shuffled. Like like
A lot
it
of
would
people,
get shuffled.
a lot of people try to underestimate. I think Jericho right up there with the comedy and the good promos. He right up my opinion, bro.
Jericho got some heat. He got some he got some good promos, but it's just hard to say. Like I think what can you put in consideration for the like one of the favorite promos, and I mean one that sticks out. It's quite a few of them that stick out, but
Uh-huh.
it's just so hard to really pinpoint and say this the number one promo I like, and this is why. It's you're gonna have a different room with people just scratching and off names because they want this person to be number one, but it's hard. I think
Mm-hmm.
so. I think it's from my recollection. I think the person that can go verbal jabs, I would say The Rock.
Oh
Um,
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
the the person that can get your emotions going with a promo, I would say John Cena.
Yeah,
Uh,
heck yeah.
I think the person that can really make you creepy with a promo, I would say The Undertaker. Uh,
Yeah.
Probably like the early '90s Undertaker. Um, but like I think like the one that's sticking out right now that's been really consistent. It has to be that dude named the Tribal Chief out there. It has to
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be.
Right. Roman is
yeah,
just
man.
I hate to
what he
say it,
did. What he did the Austin Theory, bro. Come on, bro.
bro. My whole thing was if I'm the fan on the other side of the ring, why we can't look at the whole match? We looking at the ring hanging up.
what's it like?
That's my whole thing right there. Like half of the ring is getting lifted up, and you can't even watch the rest of the match,
No, so,
which was
Real
funny.
talk. Hey, do
Like,
y'all think that Roman Reigns? Do y'all think these days Roman Reigns, like when he kind of sound like the Rock a little bit?
What you doing?
he is imitating just a little bit, just a
He
little.
really trying to imitate The Rock, but he would never get
Damn,
to that level.
I think I think the only way this feud, the potential feud for WrestleMania, in order for it to happen, I think what I noticed in the Rock show, the match is going to happen
Yeah,
because if the Rock doesn't introduce his cousin on the show and saying, "Oh well, you know, the only time me and you can ever fight is at WrestleMania." What person you don't know is throwing seeds into a match that's gonna happen next year?
well, you know what? I kind of figured they was gonna fight each other when Royal Rumble 2015. That was the sign right there. I was like, they gonna fight at WrestleMania one day. And just the point of time that the crowd was like, okay, that's the Rock. But then they look at Roman like, do we really want this guy to be first? Like
But yeah,
somebody just set him up so it's like the Rock is like the next person to be there.
but you gotta look at that was a different time though. People still invested in Daniel Bryan though. So
Who?
Daniel Bryan, like when Roman won the Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
people was still in love with Daniel Bryan. So
True, true.
they were still in love with him. So if I'm
yeah.
a
See,
Daniel Bryan fan, I would be mad because Roman getting pushed.
thing was too with that. Daniel Bryan was hot, and everybody wanted him. So saw how Roman Reigns was getting shoved down everybody's throat, and he still was coming out there some song, still wearing the Shield attire, and everybody else was done with the shit, still carrying on the shit. Like it just seemed forced.
Ex- Thank you.
And now,
To
Thank
be
you.
honest with you, Rusev should have won the Royal Rumble. Anyway.
That's what
That
everybody
would
was thinking.
I
Rusev should have
can't
won
hear
the
you,
Royal
Father.
Rumble. All right, hold on.
No,
I'm gonna take it.
he was saying Rusev should have won that
Who
Royal
should have
Rumble.
won?
Rusev.
Rusev.
Yeah, he should have. I Rusev should have
I would
won.
I would have picked him.
Rusev should have
My
won.
prediction. That was my that was my prediction. Anybody with Roman, I would have took them and would have bought all their merchandise. I
That
wasn't
nigga
finna buy no Roman.
said,
3 and 4 weeks.
that nigga
I
I
would
said,
wasn't
have. I
finna
would
Rusev.
buy
have.
It would have been
I think.
a good pick though. It would have been good if he would have won, but that would have been one handier though.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that. I would have been fine with Rusev winning the Rumble and losing to Brock or whatever. You have a squash match or whatever. I don't even care. But I think the time that they should have had Roman turn heel was when he was doing the feud with Undertaker.
Yep.
Man.
That's
Yeah.
when
Yep.
they should have had. That's your big dog. That's your tribal chief right there. I'm the tribal chief
Mhm.
because I beat the Undertaker. But the only thing I wish that the streak was still intact. That's my only
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock
The only
should have
thing I
played
wish
that
about the
streak.
Yeah.
streak, they would have ended with CM Punk.
I don't know.
Exactly.
CM
Yes.
Punk
I
gonna leave the
think
Yes.
name
CM Punk
anyway.
should never
Yes.
lost. The only thing never lost
Exactly.
to The Rock at the Royal Rumble. They should win in their title versus streak and let CM Punk.
Yeah,
Man, that would have
but
been.
John won a Royal Rumble that year, so
Okay,
so
okay. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, how would y'all redo that Royal Rumble in 2013? How would y'all redo that? Besides the the other matches, but with the John Cena, the John Cena when he won the Royal Rumble and the regular and the championship match, how would y'all redone that?
I don't think I would have let John Cena
Who,
win the Royal Rumble that
who
year.
won that?
John Cena.
John won it, but I wouldn't let him win it. I would have somebody else win it because
Okay.
John was
I just
already
feel like
over. He was
Yeah.
already over.
I feel
We
like
already liked John Cena, but at the same
me
time,
personally,
I would have had Randy Orton win.
Yeah.
me
Okay,
Yeah.
personally,
so Brenda just said all I know is Brock was the wrong person to lose the streak to.
Oh, of course,
Should have been.
everybody knew that.
True, true.
Yeah,
It
that
should have
was
been
easy.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton, bro.
Well, that
Dang, I
was
don't know.
2000,
but if you look at the
2005. Yeah.
documentary, his
Nah, but I'm saying
if
no.
you look,
Wait.
Oh, you talking about the
I'm
wrong
saying
Randy Orton
if
now?
period. If anybody should have beat him, it should have been like Randy Orton. It shouldn't have been no Brock Lesnar, bro. Yeah, no, it should have been like Randy Orton.
Brock was already over.
You should have got LeVar Ball. Never lost.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I still say it should be CM
I
Punk.
would say CM Punk.
Yeah, he was on a hot streak that year, so it didn't make
See,
sense for him to
I would
lose.
say that, but the reason why, CM Punk would have been good, but it probably wouldn't have. It would have been. It wouldn't have like looking at the Undertaker
And
track record at WrestleMania
then too, you
beating
got
beating Triple H, Shawn Michaels, it'd be Edge and all the other people. But then you look up and CM Punk is the one. I don't think that would have been too believable. Like Brock Lesnar beating him was way more believable. Brock would have been way more believable than CM Punk
Yeah,
winning.
well, it
because
was reports that CM Punk was supposed to give him the win because that's the year that Paul Bearer had died, like a couple weeks, I think, before that, or like a
yeah,
month.
Yeah, he did.
So it was a report that CM Punk was supposed to win that,
Or
but
you
do
can't
you?
make
you
him
know
lose
what?
like that.
You know what? It could have been. It should have been. I think it was going to be Kurt Angle years ago. Back he say he didn't
Yeah.
want to end it. That's why they fought it no way out instead. But I
But
think.
But let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this question right here. So, with CM Punk leaving anyway, do you think that with him getting losing to Triple H and Night of Champions, do you think they should have put him over by beating Triple H?
Heck
and
yeah,
thus
of course.
making him more a lethal threat. Not saying, man. Well, I mean, he was going to win the championship anyway to really start that run with the pipe bomb thing. But if you
Yeah, I didn't
advance
understand that. Him losing
If you
to
convince
Triple H.
Triple H, how would y'all convince CM Punk to stay, even though he was going to leave the next year? What would y'all
How would
would have
how would
done?
I convince CM Punk? How
Yeah,
would I convince? Oh, that's
how would y'all?
easy.
No, I'm
That's
saying like
easy.
in a way of, because okay, this is what I'm saying like this. Towards when he was leaving, the Yes movement was starting. It was already starting since the year before. So
Yeah.
by not trying to keep Daniel Bryan's momentum down with what he has, how do you try to keep him as a legitimate player in WWE? So do you put CM Punk against Brock, or do you put him against the Undertaker the next year?
Undertaker.
Okay,
Because
because
you seen that match they had, him and Brock had, and pretty much Brock squashed CM Punk.
okay, so because the reason why I asked was, do y'all follow Pipe Bomb News on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, so they
Oh,
did
you
the
talking about this?
anniversary of when
No, that's what I'm talking
Brock and Rock fought, right?
Yeah.
So they were supposed to fight at WrestleMania 30,
Ooh. Ooh.
the Rock and Brock. It was supposed to be Rock and Brock too, but they chose to do the Undertaker and Brock because you remember Rock got injured when he tore his hip flexor. So what I want to know is, so if Rock and Brock have that fight, do you still put CM Punk in that match with Undertaker, or do you still continue to go with Brock?
CM Punk.
If they played on End of the Street, I would have said CM Punk.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, let me ask you this one. Since Roman already fought the Undertaker once, do
Mm-hmm.
you think they should have fought at WrestleMania 30?
Who?
Undertaker and Roman. Do you think they
Mm,
should have fought then, or do just
Nah.
skip and
One
go
match
ahead?
was one match was enough between them two. That was it. One match between them was too much already.
One- okay,
I'm good. I'm good. Look, I love Undertaker. I do. I honestly do love him. But bruh, it's a certain time, like he said on his biography, it was time to hang it up.
okay,
After he
okay.
lost to Triple H at WrestleMania that year, this has been
Look,
over.
look.
This has been over with.
I was done. Okay, speak. I'm glad you brought the Undertaker up because I got a bone to pick with you about him anyway. You quote and told me that the best match you liked so far was the tag team match.
No, I never said
DX.
that. I
Okay,
never said that.
what did you get him? What rating did you get him?
I gave him a B. I gave him a B minus. Only because of
Gentlemen,
Shawn. Only
look,
because of Shawn Michaels. Only because
look,
of Shawn Michaels.
William D and G. If y'all look at this Saudi
That
Arabia
match was so sloppy.
I seen it. That match sucked.
That match was so sloppy. Oh my god.
Tell me about it. That match sucked. It should have never
I would have
happened
gave
in
it
the
a
first place.
1 star.
that match was so
That
boring. I
match
wanted
was.
to go play with my daughter outside. That's how bored that match was.
Had a bathroom break on that match. I'm like that.
I
It was so
watched the
bad.
whole match.
I could never get back
Now,
in the ring after that.
okay,
But
so
Shawn made the match better because he was the only one that was in shape.
Man, he was the sloppiest one in the
bro,
match.
Thank you. Thank you.
bro,
He
the
was
worst part
the
about that match,
sloppiest.
bro, the worst part about that match was when Kane's mask fell off.
That
That
was
was the
sloppy.
worst part. Now, how you gonna hit somebody and your mask fall off?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask y'all a question then. So what year would you do DX with Triple H and HBK versus the
Back in
Brothers Destruction?
attitude
What year?
area.
2006.
2006?
I would did it way back in attitude area.
Yeah, that too. Either one.
I would did it in '02 because that's when Undertaker was hot too. So and that's when Kane was
True.
just taking off his mask and stuff. So it was hot then. They could have did it then. They would just like they waited too late for the Goldberg and Undertaker match.
That's
That
like
was too late.
we won't see
I
Bret
still
Hart
ain't watched that match.
again.
You ain't missing nothing. You ain't watch that
I
match?
didn't watch that match. I didn't watch
Bro,
that match.
you
Man,
You
talking
ain't
about
missing nothing.
Goldberg and Undertaker?
I thought they were gonna kill
Yeah,
each other.
No, he almost paralyzed the
Yeah,
Undertaker because
yeah.
he couldn't even get him all the way doing the jackknife. That's how I know you need to sit your old butt down.
yeah.
Sit your old grizzly butt down. We
You
already had
know,
our moment when you and fought Brock and he
the,
put you old.
him and Goldberg and Bray Wyatt match for the Universal title was terrible.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
get me
that
started
was
on that.
horrible. They they
That
they messed up on that one big time.
And
that
then
was,
You
Bray
that was
Wyatt
can't
and
make
Seth
Bray
Rollins
Wyatt
Hell in the Cell.
had all
man.
that
Don't get me
team
started on
all
that
in the
match,
middle and lose like
Hell in the Cell
well.
2019. Rollins and Bray Wyatt. Oh my
bro.
god.
Bro, even Seth Rollins said in the podcast with Stone Cold that was the worst match ever. He said that was a bad day in the office. I'm like, what office? What office is this? This is the match of delusion. You're gonna hit him in the head with a steel chair and then you're gonna end the match. I thought this was a no disqualification match. So no disqualification match, then somebody gonna get disqualified. That didn't make any sense.
That was the worst match of that card.
That didn't make any sense at all. So speaking of pay per views, since we got some pay per views coming up in the next coming months, any any matches y'all want to put together for Survivor Series? Anybody?
NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown.
If you
It's
just
Vince
not gonna
saying
be
that.
good.
That's old.
The problem you don't know where it's gonna go because they changing so much now.
you
Gonna
need
go
to
for
say
real.
NXT 2.0, not NXT regular.
Well,
Man,
according to sources, it's going back to NXT Black and Gold because of Triple H.
okay,
Nah, they're gonna keep it
so
where it's at. They're gonna be 2.0 for a while.
yeah,
They ain't
you ain't lying
gonna
with that.
change it. Change it.
But
Did y'all hear what Shawn Michaels said?
It's still gonna
He
be
said
2.0.
he felt
They're
like
just
he
gonna
failed the
change a
second.
couple.
he did not fail. He did the best he could do while Triple H was going. The person
He
that was
said
holding control was Vince. Vince, you can't say nothing. He write
Hey, I
them
know
checks.
he might be coming back.
Ain't nobody trying to
Did
see
y'all see
no
that?
Vince old back.
Vinny still
Yeah,
go there where he at.
because they
Say,
finished up the investigation or something. So
he ain't coming back no time soon.
man, give it time. That old
If
man
he
can't
come
stay
back,
away.
he gonna come back and he just do Hall of Fame stuff.
He gonna come back and be mad because Triple H done brought all these people back.
I'm waiting on Johnny Gargano. I'm waiting on.
I don't know. They showed something tonight on NXT. It looked like soon.
Who coming back?
They showed someone on NXT today. He was married to Dexter Loomis. A little storyline they had.
Oh yeah.
He sent a letter in. I mean, it had to be him, or it had to be Kansas because she's still on contract with them. So
Yeah, I thought her contract was gone. I guess. Yeah.
no sir, that baby.
Man, when Gargano come back, that's gonna be crazy. I don't want Brock to come back. I'm done with Brock. I don't need him to come back.
I think he done.
Now they say he supposed to come back day one.
Man, he need to go on, call it what it is.
He took his loss. No, really.
Who the Pittsburgh draft this year at quarterback?
They got three. They got three people they're trying to get out. They got Pickett, Trubisky, and that other dude.
Picking. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, they got three. They got three. I don't know who they gonna take. I ain't gonna lie to you. They need to do something.
I think Picking gonna start. You know they don't like black quarterbacks though.
All person they have was Michael Vick.
You don't know like black quarterbacks though. Now at Pittsburgh you won't. who's Seahawks quarterback?
Uh, Seahawks. I don't even know. We'll find. I don't even know. They need to find somebody.
They're doing a receive.
It's dang, I can't think of that boy name. Man, what is that dude's name?
Oh, Mitchell Biscuit. That's what.
Yeah. Nah, well, he in Pittsburgh, so
Yeah, I don't think he'll be that good. Kenny
that's a
Pickett's
tough
definitely
decision.
gonna get that starting spot.
I'll give it to I'll give it to Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I think Kenny Pickett gonna get that.
All of them play good. Oh wait, okay. I was saying, when they get back off, they need to bring back the women's evolution that they had 4 years ago.
I think he suck.
The evolution match, the paper,
Yeah,
it was all women.
it only sucked because of um it was just I don't like the curtain call at the end. Like leave it where it's at, rivalries and all that.
Oh,
Why all got to come out and hold hands and do all that? Just
they could have did that. They could have did that. They could have did that before. What is that? Yeah. Oh, crap. No, that's not it. Oh man. Oh, can't find it. Trying to find that match I was talking about Undertaker and Goldberg. I forgot which one it was.
got a call. I'll get back
Oh, here
on
it
the
is.
minute.
Oh, no, right here. Oh, are we doing a match that's it? Oh, this is cool.